Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is pure fiction, so please don't take any of it seriously. This video contains a story about a relationship between boys, so if it disturbs you for any reason just leave. I don't own any of the Haikyuu characters or music or background art or anything other than the plot. This doesn't in any way show or describe or depict how the Haikyuu characters act. It is just for fun, so don't take any of this seriously. Enjoy. All text between parentheses represents thoughts. The next day around the evening, Atsumu returns home with 2 boxes of lunch. He enters his room and places the boxes in the kitchen before running to the bedroom where Iwaizumi is lying on his back. Atsumu jumps on the bed and hugs Iwaizumi, making a warm smile surface on Iwaizumi's face as he wraps his arms around Atsumu. "How was practice, love?" "Tiring. I brought dinner," Atsumu says as he gets off the bed and pulls Iwaizumi with him. They enter the kitchen and start eating. Atsumu glances a couple of times at Iwaizumi before taking a deep breath. Iwaizumi: "Yeah, about yesterday." Iwaizumi sighs before looking at Atsumu. "What did you mean?" "I got accepted into a university in Australia." "Australia? But I am still applying in Tokyo. If I get a full scholarship here, I will attend here. But there is still a possibility I will move to Australia for 4 or 5 years. Iwaizumi sighs as he looks at Atsumu, who is on the verge of tears. "Love," Iwaizumi says as he moves to Atsumu's side and pulls Atsumu into a hug. "For now, I am still applying to other universities in Tokyo." "Why did you apply to Australia in the first place?" Atsumu whimpers, trying hard to not let his tears spill. "I didn't. One of the teachers did. When the announcement about an exchange program was announced, I didn't apply, but one of the teachers applied for me. She said it would be a waste if I didn't even try, and she convinced me to take the exams at least. Saying, it's hard to be selected anyway, so give it a shot and it might help me in other universities if I didn't make the cut but scored high enough. But in the end, you were accepted." Iwaizumi nods as he releases Atsumu from his hug. "I tried to tell the teacher I couldn't afford to go there, but she said it's a full scholarship as long as I keep my GPA above 4.55. And they offer food and a place to stay, so all I have to worry about is studying. But as I said, I am still applying here, and if I get a full scholarship, I will stay in Japan." Atsumu nods before taking the 2 empty boxes and throwing them in the bin. "Are you upset?" "No, I just can't picture 5 years without you." Iwaizumi sighs and hugs Atsumu tightly. "I won't go." "Iwaizumi, you can't do that," said the person who threw a tantrum a few months ago for the same reason. "But you convinced me to follow my career path, and I won't allow you to destroy yours cause I want you to stay with me. Anyway, let's not think about this now and enjoy the 2 weeks I am staying with you. After all, that might not even happen." Atsumu nods before embracing Iwaizumi again. Atsumu sighs as he swipes through the picture of these 2 weeks of winter break together until he reaches the picture of the New Year's Eve midnight kiss, making a warm smile spread on his face before it disappears in an instant. Atsumu turns to the side and turns off his 5 a.m. alarm before it goes off so he won't wake Iwaizumi up. Before turning to the side and smiling warmly at Iwaizumi, he kisses Iwaizumi's forehead before getting off the bed. He changes into the gym clothes after finishing his business in the bathroom and heads downstairs to the building gym. After 2 hours, Atsumu heads downstairs and buys breakfast before going back up to his room. He sneaks into the bedroom and sees Iwaizumi still asleep before stripping off his gym clothes and entering the shower. A few minutes pass before Iwaizumi enters the bathroom, making Atsumu's head jerk to the door. What are you doing?" "Enjoying the best morning view." "You're such a pervert." "That I am." Atsumu shakes his head at Iwaizumi's smirk. "Shameless. Mind if I join?" "But only showering cause I have a photo shoot at 9, and I can't have any damn fresh hickeys on me." "Why?" Iwaizumi. "What?" Iwaizumi says as he takes off his clothes and gets under the water. "Are you taking nudes?" "Fuck off." Atsumu says as he squeezes some shampoo in his hand and starts rubbing it in Iwaizumi's hair. "Are you?" "Of course not. It's a team photo shoot." "Then, I don't see the issue." "Well, I can't go limping either." "But you did join, barely able to walk a couple of days ago." Atsumu's face heats up as he pulls on Iwaizumi's hair as he washes it. I am still not over the embarrassment of that day. Iwaizumi smiles and pulls Atsumu's body closer to his as he places both hands on each of Atsumu's back. Iwaizumi, I am being serious. And so am I. Iwaizumi. Just a quickie. Tea tonight. And it doesn't have to be a quickie. Iwaizumi smiles before pecking Atsumu's lips. Then I will be ready to spend the first few hours of the year barrier deep inside you. What are you saying, you pervert? Atsumu screams as his face heats up before slapping Iwaizumi's chest. The truth about us after a few hours. I have finished washing up. I will go get ready as. Atsumu gulps as he gets from the shower and looks down at Iwaizumi. As you deal with your morning problem. Iwaizumi laughs as Atsumu leaves the shower with a towel wrapped around his body. This pervert. Atsumu shakes his head as he dries his body and gets changed. He starts eating in the kitchen before Iwaizumi joins him. What time do you get home today? At max 2. Iwaizumi nods as he begins to eat. Then I will meet you at the club. You don't have to. No, it's better. Let's save the time of meeting here and go from there to eat lunch. Then we will wander around until midnight. Alright, but I don't want to. Stay out until the countdown. Iwaizumi nods as Atsumu stands up and takes his keys. See you later, love. Atsumu nods before kissing Iwaizumi's cheek and heading out. Around 11 p.m., Atsumu nudges Iwaizumi, who is sitting near him on the hill eating and feeding him some snacks. I wanna head home. Alright, let's go then. Iwaizumi stands up and offers his hands to Atsumu, who smiles as he takes them before Iwaizumi yanks him up, making him stumble on his feet and crash into Iwaizumi's body. Why did you pull me that hard? Iwaizumi smirks as he wraps his arms around Atsumu's waist and kisses his lips. I can't waste an opportunity when we are alone. I can't with you. You are talking as if you hate it. Iwaizumi says as he holds Atsumu's hand and places it in his pocket. As they start walking towards their apartment. I can never hate anything you do to me. Iwaizumi smirks as he brushes his thumb over Atsumu's cold hand. Oh, really? Iwaizumi says as he raises an eyebrow at Atsumu, whose face turns red. Damn you, you pervert. I didn't mean that. Atsumu says as he yanks his hand from Iwaizumi's pocket and crosses his arms on his chest, making Iwaizumi chuckle and wrap an arm around Atsumu's shoulder. But I didn't refer to anything. You are the person whose mind wanders off. Yet, I am the one getting called a pervert. Fuck you. Later, love. Atsumu grumbles as Iwaizumi laughs and pulls Atsumu closer as they enter the apartment. Atsumu freezes at the entrance once he lights the room. What the hell is all of this? A small surprise for my love. Atsumu jumps on Iwaizumi and hugs him tightly as a wide smile spreads on Iwaizumi's lips. I love you so much, Iwaizumi. Sometimes I don't think the word love can express enough how I feel about you. Me too, baby. Atsumu wanders into the balloon-filled room with a banner saying, Happy late anniversary. I know you want to celebrate this, but we were hours apart around that day. I know we had a long video chat, but this is what you really wanted to do, right? Atsumu nods before pecking Iwaizumi's lips again and hugging him. Thank you. Anything for my love, Iwaizumi says as he pulls Atsumu even closer to his chest and pats Atsumu's head. Love, yes. Atsumu says as he breaks the hug to stare into Iwaizumi's eyes. I wanted to give you this for a while now. Atsumu gulps as Iwaizumi takes his hand and places a ring around his finger. I know it's just a cheap promise ring, but one day, I will replace it with another one. Iwaizumi says as he kisses Atsumu's finger. Happy anniversary. Atsumu stares at the picture of them kissing after he receives the ring, which happens to be a midnight New Year kiss. Even though I took the photo, I realized later that Iwaizumi gave me the ring a few minutes before the New Year, making that kiss a New Year's kiss. Atsumu swipes to another picture on his phone. A sad smile surfaces on his lips when he sees the pictures of his hand with the ring around his finger. He sends it to Osamu, as his hand reaches for the ring hanging from a necklace around his neck. Atsumu gulps the pain stuck in his throat, before removing the necklace with the promise ring from around his neck. He passes his finger over the ring, as fresh tears start to stream down his face as the images of the last couple of hours of them as a couple flash in his head. 6 months after Atsumu received the ring, 1 week before Iwaizumi started university. One day before his flight, Iwaizumi lays on the bed as Atsumu sits on the edge with his lips pressed together. Iwaizumi frowns before sitting and moving closer to Atsumu. "Love, come closer, don't make that face. Iwaizumi," Atsumu says as a tear drops from his eye. Iwaizumi wraps an arm around his shoulder and pulls him closer. "Love, let's break up, Atsumu." Atsumu lowers his head and presses his lips together. "Please, look at me. Atsumu, please don't do this. Look at me." Atsumu lifts his tear-filled face as he stares at Iwaizumi, who immediately wipes the tears from his face. "It's better that way. Why are you saying that? I barely made it through a few months away. So, how can I wait for 4 years, Iwaizumi? But it's only 3 months. It's not, Atsumu. It's not 3 months at all. But after 3 months I will come back to Japan. For like what? 2 weeks. Even though it's only 2 weeks, I still have summer break, which is 3 months. Then you will go back again. And 3 months later I will come back. But that is not enough. Adding to that, when you finish, you will probably get an internship there too. I won't. You say that now, but if a golden opportunity arrives, you will take it. And don't even think about saying you won't, 'cause I won't allow you to lose something important like that because of me. So that's probably another year there. And what if you found a job there too, or the internship turns into a full-time career? Should we stay a long-distance couple forever? Love, you are overanalyzing this. Let's just see how it goes. No, I am not overthinking anything. Love, we can try. I don't see any other outcome. There is also my career. Now I am in Japan, next year too, but no one knows where I will be later. When in school you can visit me in other countries. But once you get a job, life won't be that simple. At max, you can get 2 weeks off a year. But we can still give it a try. If it doesn't work then. Atsumu sighs and shakes his head as he gulps. Then we break up. As I said, that is the only outcome I can see now. So, let's save ourselves from the heartache, and break up now. But that's if things didn't work out. What if things end up working out? If we can go through the hardships and still stay together, then. Iwaizumi, that will be too painful. Rather than gambling if our relationship will work or not. Just concentrate on your studies and work hard. And if we meet again and are still single, and can make it happen, we will. But, for now, I just can't see it working in the long run. I just cannot. I love you so much, Iwaizumi. I can't even express with words how much I do. But 5 or even 6 or maybe 10 years of long distance, Iwaizumi, I just can't do that. So, let's break up on good terms and continue to grow. And if we are meant to be together, we will end up together. Atsumu finally raises his head to stare into Iwaizumi's teary face and gulps as he presses his lips together. Atsumu holds Iwaizumi's hand between his as he caresses Iwaizumi's cheek with his other hand. Iwaizumi, I will always be there for you if you need me. I will always be a phone call away. But as much as it hurt me to let you go, I can't see us being together either. Iwaizumi pulls Atsumu into a hug, and Atsumu clenches Iwaizumi's shirt. If we are still single in the future and we meet at a better time, I will make you mine again. Atsumu nods his head against Iwaizumi's shoulder as Iwaizumi's hand goes through Atsumu's messy hair. We continued to talk daily after that, as if we didn't break up at all. And Iwaizumi did as he said. Every 3 months, he would come back to Japan, and we spent time together. And we would spend all his summer breaks together too. But as I expected, life got harder to keep up with after that. When Iwaizumi made it to his 3rd year, he had already got an internship there. So, even though we were still talking daily, he couldn't come to Japan during his breaks. In Iwaizumi's 4th and final year in university, his internship turned into a full-time job, so he was barely able to keep up with that. And he would fall asleep the moment he reached his room. And if he manages to call me, it will end up being short, or he falls asleep while we speak. Atsumu smiles sadly at the ring he is gently caressing between his fingers after he takes it out from the necklace cord. Even though around that time we started to talk only 3 times a week, I was still wearing his promise ring. It has been 4 years since we broke up, and I still wear it around my finger. After graduating, Iwaizumi decided to stay in Australia as he hunted for jobs in Japan while I moved to Spain. Around that time, we talked once every month or once every 2 months due to the time difference and busy schedules. That's when I took the ring off my finger for the first time, but I wasn't able to let go of it and placed it on a necklace around my neck. By the end of that year, Iwaizumi made it back to Japan. But I still had a 4-year contract with the Spanish team. Around that time, we still barely talked, but each time I went back to Japan, I spent it with him. Atsumu sighs as new tears start to form in his eyes. This year was the last year of the contract. So, I made sure to move back to Japan and join the team Iwaizumi was coaching. I honestly thought this was the right time. Atsumu gulps as he tightens his fist around the ring he took out for the first time from the necklace and from around his neck. I thought I would be spending all my time with him at work and later at home. But what I didn't expect, Iwaizumi was already in a serious relationship with someone. I was just foolishly thinking that Iwaizumi would have actually waited like me. Even though we broke up, I still hoped that maybe he would still have me in his heart all these years. But I thought wrong. Atsumu takes a deep breath before taking a small box from near his bed and placing the ring in it. He stares at the ring in the box for a long minute before taking another deep breath and closing the small box. He tightens his fist around the small box before getting off his bed and placing it into the box with all of the memories he shared with Iwaizumi. But I have to finally let go of you, Iwaizumi. Atsumu says as his heart tightens in his chest. He seems happy with Kuro. I have to move on. Atsumu says as he closes the box and puts it back in his closet, and slides to the floor near it as tears rise to his eyes again. I wish I didn't break up with him. Maybe, just maybe, we would have. An arm wraps around his shoulder before he turns around and buries his face on his twin's shoulder. It hurts. Osamu stays silent as he caresses his twin's back. Samu, it hurts. I know. Sunsum, I know. Atsumu tightens his grip on Osamu's shirt as he continues to cry in his embrace. But you have to move on. Atsumu nods before breaking the hug to look at his twin's face. As Osamu wipes the tears off his brother's face. Let's go eat. I just made your favorite food. Atsumu nods as Osamu stands up and pulls Atsumu to his feet. If being in this room disturbs you, we can switch rooms. No, it's better if I stay here. It will make me move on faster. Osamu nods before dragging his twin to the bathroom. Now wash your face, you are making me look disgusting. Atsumu chuckles as he washes his face. But I thought, you always say, you were the prettier one. I am. Atsumu shakes his head before drying his face and pulling his twin into another warm hug. Thank you. Osamu nods and pats his twin back a couple of times before dragging him to the kitchen. I love you, but I love food more, and it's starting to get cold. Atsumu smiles as he allows his twin to drag him along. A point I wanted to point out if anyone actually cares. Woman shrugging. At the beginning of Manager X Manager, Kuro caught Iwaizumi sleeping around, and he would be either drunk or with some random guy. Iwaizumi used to do that to keep his mind off Atsumu cause he also wasn't able to forget him all these 8 years apart, until Iwaizumi met Kuro. Iwaizumi was instantly attracted to Kuro, but he didn't do anything, still hoping he would get to be with Atsumu again. But after the drunk accident with Kuro, he started to work hard to make Kuro forgive him, and you know the rest of the story. Another note. If Atsumu had gone to Japan the year Iwaizumi did, he would have ended with Iwaizumi again since Iwaizumi wouldn't have done anything with Kuro. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun. What do you think of the story so far? Don't forget to comment them. I love reading all your opinions of the fanfic.